Alright, hello, my name is Miriam Matei. This is my video presentation for Agriculture and Biosystems Engineering class. My video presentation will reflect my research report, which focuses to explain the reason why we exist, how we arrived on this planet, and how and where life initially began. Alright, where does life come from? That is a very profound question. Well, let's dive deeply, slowly, and talk about where little tiny bacteria come from. Okay, let's go back. This slide keeps changing. Alright, let's go back. Okay, so let's talk about where little tiny bacteria come from, spontaneous generation versus biogenesis. Aristotle first introduced the principle of spontaneous generation, which essentially means that life arises from non-living or dead matter. We now know that this principle is false since Louis Pasteur debunked that very principle with his own belief of biogenesis. Biogenesis states that living things can only rise from other living matter. Alright, so Pasteur created the swan neck flask to prevent bacteria from growing within the solution contained within the flask. And with that said, I will present my theories that scientists have come up with to try and explain our existence. Alright. So the very first theory I will discuss is called the frozen ocean theory. It states that our early oceans contained organic compounds which were vital to our existence underneath the thick sheets of ice which protected them from ultraviolet light. It is believed that the hydrothermal vents beneath the ocean floor created these compounds, which consisted of molecules that were soon to be developed into living organisms. Let's go to the next slide. Alright, then comes another theory called the creationist theory, which is a theory that God, a supreme being, created the heavens and the earth and eventually life on this planet. Alright, in this theory, God is credited for the Big Bang. In the book of Genesis, chapter 1, God creates the heavens and the earth, and all the mammals on this planet. Then, in chapter 2, God creates the first human being, a man named Adam. Chapter 2, verse 7 states, "Then the Lord God formed man of dust from the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being." Creationists do not believe that the Big Bang appeared in space without a cause, but that it was created by a higher power, which is God. Next slide. It's a continuation of creationism. The creationist theorists also believe that there is no other possible explanation for the creation of life because of the way everything we see on Earth is made so intricately and so perfect. A particle that could have caused the Big Bang could not have possibly created matter that is built so efficient and so perfect, meaning there must have been a maker. If we look at the way flowers are constructed, we can see that only a higher power could have created such a beautiful and sensitive plant. Take the R. Arnoldi flower, for example. It is not an ordinary flower. In fact, it is one of the strangest flowers ever to be discovered. That flower does not need soil for growth. All it needs is dirt. This enormous flower releases a horrible stench so as to attract flies and other bugs for food. Next slide. An interesting poll was taken in the United States in 2006 in regards to finding out which theory best explains the origin of life. The graph shows that Buddhist, Hindu, and Jewish religions accept the theory of evolution as the reason for our existence. The American people believe that evolution is the only logical way we could have evolved. You will notice that most non-denominational Christians do not believe in the theory of evolution, but believe that God created everything and anything. All right. In conclusion, most scientists, according to a survey taken in 1969, believe that the origin of life has nothing to do with God and were less likely to believe in the deity. That very same survey shows that 35% of scientists believe in the existence of God. Since then, many more scientists have been leaning more towards the evolutionist perspective of how life on Earth began. The most intriguing theory in regards to the origin of life would have to be the creationist theory. The creationists believe that there must be a higher power in control of the universe. Everything on Earth is made so intricately, and it seems obvious that there must have been a maker for all aesthetic sceneries, plants, and animals we see today. And that's the end. Thank you for listening.